Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Anastasia. Welcome everybody. Today I am making another balloon wall. This wall is very exciting because I will be using a lot more tips and tricks and new things in constructing a balloon wall. I'm very excited, and the theme of this wall will be to the moon and back, plus holographic things added to it. I am super excited. I cannot wait. This theme was proposed to me by one of the followers and subscribers here on YouTube. I hope I'm not too late and I will inspire you for your upcoming event. You guys, I'm extremely excited to construct this balloon wall because I will be using a lot of new tips and tricks that I picked up from a class that I took from Online Balloon Classes. She was hosting a free class, and no brainer, I jumped into it and I had the best time spent looking at somebody working with balloons. She packed that class with so many tips and tricks, and her knowledge, amazing. You often ask me, how can I better myself and how can I better my style? Well, taking one class, at least one class, can change your whole perspective and understanding of balloons. She explains everything to the T. It's not even funny. You guys, everything that I had in mind and I couldn't put into words, she did that. And I'm like, well, yes, I knew that. But hearing from her, it was like something new. I hope that makes sense. Without any further ado, let's go. All ready to inflate my balloons. Like usual, I am using my electric balloon pump. You guys, electric balloon pump will save you so much time. It can be done with a hand pump, but it's gonna take you a while. So it's better to get yourself an electric balloon pump. This one is from L'Oreal Paper and Balloon Company. The name of this pump is Zoom. I will link it in the description under this video. Also, if you would decide to purchase this pump or anything from L'Oreal Paper and Balloon Company, you can always use my code Anastasia10 for 10% off at checkout. This is an affiliate code and it's totally up to you if you want to use it or not. This code is valid only for your first purchase and if you're a new customer to L'Oreal Paper and Balloon Company. Today I am working with 11 and 17 inch balloons. 11 inch balloons are from Qualitix and 17 inch balloons are from BSA Balloons. All of these I got from L'Oreal Paper and Balloon Company. I am taking two balloons, 11 inch, inflating them at the same time into different sizes. Alright, as soon as I'm done, I will be pressing them a little bit against the floor to give them more rounder shape. If you will overinflate your balloons with air, pressing them against the floor is not going to help. And I am crisscrossing them, bringing my tails upwards and then tying them into the knot. So that way it's kind of like a double knot sort of a thing, and letting go and getting these beautiful pairs of balloons. I will be inflating 17 inch pairs as well. I might mix in 17 with 11. One more thing that I wanted to mention, I actually always did that but never explained, and then Eve in her class explained why she was doing that, and it made sense. Just because I use different methods of constructing balloon walls and balloon garlands, that didn't come to my mind to even explain why am I doing that. So as you can see here, I tied my balloons a little bit way too far from each other, leaving these little tails way too small. For what we are about to do, we are about to construct our whole wall by using these necks without using any 260s. So we need to leave these necks as long as possible for us to have a better grip. Here I will show you an example. Do you see how long this neck is and how long this one? Huge difference. So this neck right here, we can pull further than this one that we have here. Barely any stretch. It's going to be so much harder for us to find another neck and tie them together because there's barely any stretch. So try to tie your balloons as close as possible together. Time to cluster our balloons. So I'm taking 2 different pairs of balloons and starting to intertwine them together, like really intertwine them together. Don't be afraid, balloons can stretch. Again, taking 3rd pair of balloons and adding on by intertwining this pair with the rest of the balloons that I have in this already made quadruplet cluster sort of a thing. Taking another pair and adding this one to the rest of my balloons. Really intertwine your balloons together to create nicely packed cluster of balloons. You look inside, it's very, very intertwined together and it has a huge knot of balloons. So let me show you an up close, 2 pairs, intertwining them together. Right, so time for a very exciting part in this wall. We need to construct our columns. Here's what I'm doing. Hopefully everything is going to work out the way that I am planning for this to work out. Now I am grabbing a cluster of balloons, reaching inside and finding the longest tail of balloons, that leftover balloon right there. Now taking a second cluster and doing exactly what I just did, looking for longest neck leftover balloons that we have inside. Taking those 2 long necks and tying them together. This is what I have right now. I tied these 2 necks together to create a big cluster of balloons like this. So I am basically repeating this process with the rest of my clusters, measuring against my knot lamps. I'm going to explain a little bit more in detail when I'm going to get to them, but constructing the height of this thing. So let's go. You guys, why do I love to use bigger size balloons? I absolutely love to use 16, 17-inch balloons in my constructions because they, first of all, they give a lot of volume to your garland or to your balloon wall, and they just look beautiful. They give my construction more an organic and more unique look. Instead of just using, 11-inch balloons throughout, you can make it beautiful, absolutely, but using bigger size balloons will give you more uniqueness. Alright, so height of this is pretty good, and now we need to build 2 more like these. To grab my knot lamps. You guys, this is genius because all of the lamps, or at least these lamps, knot lamps, they have a heavy bottom and it will serve you as a weight and it will give you more stability to your wall. As soon as Eve showed us her knot lamps in her class, I immediately went on Amazon and I tried to find something similar to hers. As you can see, my knot lamps, they have these cone-shaped things on top of it. I can't get rid of it unless I cut it. It's completely solid with this pipe on my knot lamp. So I am still using this top part of my lamp because look how much height I am losing if I am not screwing this on. I'll just hide this part with my balloons, and it should be fine. So as soon as I received these, I constructed and I snipped off that wire that was going through this little hole over here to literally have only these structures right here. I am grabbing one of the garlands that we just made, and I'm literally feeding my balloon garland right on my knot lamp, pushing all the balloons on this pipe over here, and it goes really smoothly over it. You know, play around with balloons if you want to kind of crisscross them. Take the 17-inch balloons and bring them forward. Whatever you want to do. Now, to really keep my garland on my pole, I need to crisscross my balloons on a spot where I just fed this balloon garland on top of my pipe. So I am finding the bare pipe right here. I'm taking these two balloons and I am crisscrossing. The reason I am doing this because I want my balloon garland to stay on my pipe securely, and I will be sure that they would not pop off and go places. So just secure them here and there. And here you have one beautiful, awesome looking structure. I like it. It's better to start feeding your garland from the bottom, in my opinion, because that way you know that your garland is touching the floor instead of like going all the way up and having that little of a space at the bottom without balloons. So I'm starting from the bottom. We basically constructed this whole thing without 260s. Now it's time for them to make their appearance. I am taking my 260s and I am starting tying my 260 to the top of my pole, making sure that I am catching that lamp, grabbing balloon garland, and I am attaching by stretching my 260s and weaving this 260 around, over to the pole and tying a knot. I'll be doing this in 3 spots just because 3 spots make sense for me. Top, middle, and bottom. And it will hold these 2 guys together very well. You guys, I am really not trying to tie this garland too tight to my pole because I am obviously not done with this balloon wall. I will be filling in spaces with holographic balloons, and I need spaces to fit those balloons into my balloon wall. That's exactly what Eve said in her classes, and I absolutely and totally agree. I've been struggling for such a long time to let myself go from having a perfect balloon, packed balloon wall right away, and I'm actually like brave enough to try this technique of having more holes and imperfections in my balloon wall, because later on you can put in more detailed work and it would look much more organic. That makes so much sense. And I'm doing exactly the same thing what I did here to this side, tying in 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. is ready. It's looking very cute, even with holes and spaces in our balloon wall. Now I grabbed this big cluster of balloons and I want to place it over here just to give my balloon wall a little bit of height. And I feel like here is a dip and I want to get rid of it. I don't want to make this balloon wall too straight. I am going for an organic look. I always make my walls as straight as possible. This time I want to get out of my comfort zone and try something different. So I will try my best not to straighten all the sides. So I'm just taking the longest balloon neck lip over here and I'm gonna tie somewhere to this spot over here. It looks so much better now. I feel like I want to put one more cluster over here. I am grabbing my 5-inch balloons and 11-inch balloons, inflating my 11-inch balloons in smaller sizes, mixing them up with 5-inch balloons to fill in spaces on my balloon wall. Making my clusters into something like this. Before I'll start filling in spaces on my balloon wall with my filler balloons that I just inflated, I want to inflate my holographic foiled balloons. I want to place them on my wall and see what looks best, where I need to fill in more. I want these holographic foiled balloons sit right on my balloon wall and be there on purpose. You know what I mean? Rather than just like slapping them on and hoping for the best, I want to work with these first and then fill in spaces. So to inflate all of my foiled holographic balloons, I am using my hand pump. That's my observation. Whenever I use a warm electric balloon pump, my balloons start deflating more often. When I use a hand pump, I see less deflation. The reason is, my observation is that every single foiled self-sealing orbs balloons, they have this plastic insert in them, and whenever warm air, hot air from electric balloon pump hits that plastic insert, it melts and does not hold the air in the balloon that well. So I'd rather spend a few more seconds on a foiled balloon, but be sure that it will be inflated for longer than using an electric balloon pump. I don't know, hand pump works better for me. I always do this, and yeah, let's go. I'm very excited about this moon. I've been waiting for this moon for quite a while. I couldn't find it anywhere on Amazon, anywhere on any other websites. I found this moon on Etsy. Well, it cost me $15 per moon. You guys, this is very expensive in my opinion, plus shipping. It was over $20. That's a little aggressive with pricing, but I don't know. I feel like every single balloon that I want to buy, or anyone who's working with balloons, noticed that prices jumped like crazy on balloons. I needed a pack of Qualitix white balloons just recently because an important event is coming up and I need more white balloons in 11-inch, and I went on Amazon. So instead of paying like $12 per bag, 100 pieces, I paid $28, you guys. This is too much for a bag of balloons, $28, but I kind of had to because I was running low on white balloons. If you notice that crazy jump in prices, let me know in the comment section below. The rest of the holographic balloons, I bought them from Amazon. I will link and list everything in the description under the video. Look, you guys, how pretty this is. I don't know if you can see, but these colors, oh, so pretty. In spaces with these holographic balloons. Looks like I will be using glue dashes from Garland Paper and Garland Company. These are my favorite glue dots ever. They are strong and they do hold balloons very, very well. I will link them in the description under the video. perfectly in here. Now I can take a 260, tie it to my balloon, and literally tie this balloon straight to my balloon wall. This will work perfectly because I want the star to be kind of like on an angle, and it looks better that way, better than just straight, you know? So like that it's picking out of the balloons. Stretching my 260s and wrapping around balloons. I am kind of done filling in spaces with my stars. I want to fill in spaces, those gaps, with my balloon fillers. I am taking 260s of balloons and I am tying to my first cluster, taking the other end and tying that second end to my other cluster to have something like this. I kind of want to fill in space over here, and I also have a gap behind this big balloon. If you go and look sideways, I can see that gap. I am taking these two clusters joined by 260s, and I am wrapping my 260s around different balloons to fill in spaces on my balloon wall. So let's try this out. Want to move on to these guys over here. These are Qualitix chrome silver balloons, and I want to inflate them into small balloons and spread them into my balloon wall. I really like what they bring to balloon wall. They brighten everything up, they give more detail, and they remind me of little small stars. So it would be perfect. Let me show you how I inflate these balloons that small. I'm taking the balloon and putting my balloon into the palm of my hand and closing my hand, not too tight, leaving that much space and that much balloon on top, because I want my balloon to stretch from the top but not from the sides. Putting the balloon on my nozzle and starting to inflate. As soon as I see the size of the balloon that I want blowing up top, I am pinching my balloon and twisting. You have this tail to work with. Sometimes these are a little bit tricky to tie. Try your best. Just tie it around. I am using my fingers. And here is what you will have in the back. Not the prettiest knot. It will be very bulky, but it will work. And now you can shape your balloon and kind of give your balloon more rounded shape. And that's what I will be doing for the rest of the balloons. I am grabbing two balloons and tying them together, two pairs. It's gonna be a little bit tricky because of these big knots, but it's doable. And intertwine them together. Sometimes I will leave pairs of balloons just because we're gonna be doing exactly what we did with our balloon fillers, white balloon fillers. We're gonna be taking our 260 and tying balloons to the ends of our 260. Added an extra cluster of balloons, literally tying my necks from the cluster to the necks of this column that is holding on to my knot lamp, and it looks so much better. I'm gonna add a little more silver balloons over here, and I think we're done. This is what I have for you guys today. This is my final balloon wall. I absolutely love this method. I will be using this method more often in my balloon wall constructions. I love that I used 2 knot lamps and it gave me such a beautiful balloon wall. Obviously, if you want to construct your balloon wall larger, you would have to bring another knot lamp because you want your structure to be sturdy and stable and not go anywhere. I ended up using about 50 17-inch balloons, 100 11-inch balloons, and about half a bag of 5-inch balloons. So for my silver balloons, I used about 80 silver balloons and a few 260s to attach my filler balloons to my wall. I absolutely love that this wall is not your typical straight corner walls. I like that this has a dip over here and it's kind of loose over here and it's not jam-packed in this corner. And overall, you guys, I really like how flowy it looks. It doesn't look too dense and too packed with balloons. Love it. Thank you so much, Eve, for all of your tips and tricks. I will link and list everything in the description under this video. I hope you enjoyed this video and my explanation of this wall, and some pictures will be at the end of this video. Nice to see you guys. This is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If this video was helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I will really appreciate your likes and thumbs up. They mean a lot. If you have any additional questions, leave them in the comment section below. I will try my best to help you out. If you're new here, you guys, like usual, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below for more videos. And I hope you'll have a wonderful day. I'll see you back very soon. Bye.